Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video to go along with this must-have supplies list to kind of explain why you need certain supplies and why supplies are recommended and maybe not must-haves. So the must-haves are Scotty peelers, and that's because if you're buying clearance product, it's going to have price labels on it. And even if it's not clearance, it's going to have price labels that are going to be difficult to get off. You're going to be picking at them with your fingernails, and Scotty peelers just take them off so easy. They're amazing and they're inexpensive. You can get them from Bubble Fast or from Amazon. A polybag combo pack, when you're sending products to FBA, they need to be bagged if they have any type of exposed fabric or if they're any type of cutaway box where maybe you can touch or see part of the toy. It's not, enclosed in the cardboard. You've got to put it in a poly bag. Now, Bubble Fast sells these awesome poly bags that are self-seal. They just peel off the tape, they seal themselves, and they have the suffocation warning, imprinted on the bag, so you don't have to add an extra sticker. It just makes everything easier and faster when you're prepping your FBA shipments. Goo Gone or any type of adhesive remover that allows you to clean up any leftover adhesive residue that might be on some of your products to get it clean. Also for books, and also if you get some real stubborn labels, you can just put a drop or two on. It'll actually soak, and then the label will just peel off afterwards. You'll find you have a lot of uses for Goo Gone. Or there's other ones, Undo, and there's several different brands that work really well. You definitely need a shipping scale, whether you're shipping your own orders or you're preparing larger shipments, larger boxes to Amazon. You need to know the weight so that you can get accurate shipping quotes from UPS or from USPS. And the shipping scales are actually very inexpensive these days. There's some nice ones on Amazon and Bubble Fast as well. Avery labels, 5160 or 8160 labels. They're going to be the 30 per sheet labels that you're going to find from Amazon, Walmart, Staples, pretty much any local office supply store is going to carry these labels. If you are an Amazon customer, especially if you're Prime, you may just want to order them straight from Amazon. You're definitely going to need a packing tape and a tape gun. You can get them again from Uline or Walmart or Amazon, Bubble Fast, or any local store is going to have them. And you may pay a few more bucks to get them locally, or you may have to wait a few days if you order them from online. And of course, you're going to need boxes. Again, Uline, Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's, they sell these moving boxes that a lot of FBA sellers are using because pretty much everybody lives close to a Home Depot or a Lowe's, so they're going to have access to these boxes, and they're pretty inexpensive, and you don't have to buy a ton. If you do get into some big bulk purchases, and if you live near a Uline warehouse, you can pick up and you can save on the shipping, and you actually get a lower box rate that way. So check out your options depending where you live and how big a shipments you're going to send in, and maybe you can save some money there. Now, in addition to the must-have supplies, we also have recommended supplies. They're not needed to get started, but they're certainly going to be convenient to use when you're preparing your shipments. And a lot of those things, craft paper rolls, you get them from Uline. They're just big rolls of plain brown paper that you can use to pack because you're not supposed to put stuff like newspaper in your Amazon shipments. And you probably don't want to use newspaper either on any merchant fulfilled shipments. It just doesn't look very professional, and craft paper is actually very inexpensive. And they come with a great roll holder, so you can just roll it off, tear it off nice and easy. It just helps you become much more efficient. Amazon sells an impulse sealer, and that's going to help you seal off poly bags with a heat seal instead of having to tape them down depending on what types of products you're selling and what type of preparation you're needing to do. An impulse sealer can save you a lot of time and money and help your items really look more professional, being in a nice poly bag with a nice heat seal on it. You can also get shrink wrap bags and shrink wrap rolls for shrink wrapping any items. Say VHS, they look really nice when they're shrink wrapped, and it helps hold the VHS in the sleeve. A heat gun, an embossing tool, or a hair dryer. You can use those for two different things. You can use them, for the shrink wrap, the heat shrink, as well as melting the adhesive on labels. So if you get some really stubborn labels, often a heat gun or even just a hair dryer can start to melt that glue a little bit and makes those labels easier to come off. I am a huge fan of 3-inch tape and 3-inch tape guns. Once you use 2-inch tape and you step up to 3-inch tape, it's a little bit more expensive, but you'd be surprised. It's actually, you probably end up saving money because you only put one pass of tape over your boxes and it's super sealed, and it's really not that much more expensive per foot and per roll. So I really encourage you checking out the 3-inch tape. It's kind of like Scotty peelers. Once you try them, you'll be sold on them forever. Amazon and Bubble Fast also sell a box resizer tool. This helps you cut down on the extra space on the top of boxes if you're not filling it all the way up. And that way you don't have to put in that extra dunnage or that craft paper or any packing materials. You just kind of cut down the box. More optional supplies, a USB scanner. This certainly gets into when you're listing your items either on Amazon or with a third-party program like ScanPower. A USB scanner is just going to help you enter that data a lot faster. Just think of like a USB scanner at the grocery store or Home Depot. They're not punching in your UPCs by hand. They're scanning it with a laser barcode. It just makes them faster and more efficient, and they're very inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon for about $30 to $40. A sourcing scanner, which is going to be your mobile, your Bluetooth scanner. The two main ones that I recommend are the ScanFob 2005 or the KDC 200. There's also a lower, a more inexpensive option, this Unitech, that I have never personally used. I've heard of people using them in the forums. Some people have good success with them. Some people have a hard time getting them set up. They ultimately work, but time is money, guys. And the ScanFob and the KDC 200, both sold by serialio.com, come with great support, phone and email. So I would really urge you to consider the support factor that you're going to get when you're purchasing a Bluetooth scanner, because it is a little bit of a hefty investment. It's $300 investment for a ScanFob, $350 for a KDC 200. Significant purchase, so you certainly want to get the service that goes with it. And then label printer. If you're printing your FBA labels individually, you're going to want a Zebra thermal printer. Typically get them off eBay for about $100. They really just kind of work forever. And they're thermal, meaning they don't use ink. They use heat on the label, so you never have to buy ink again. Another inexpensive option is the Dymo thermal printer. And it kind of depends on your preference. Dymo is certainly easier to set up, but a Zebra is definitely going to work pretty much forever. So those are the recommended and the optional supplies for running an FBA business.